New year, new interim dean for the School of Business, new activities, and a new swipe policy. Hello, I'm Madison Elliott.
And I'm Kirsten McDonald. Ever dream about exploring over 40 different art exhibits? Well, Old City Experience can make that happen. We have all this and more coming up on LTV News, where the action never stops.
Hello and welcome to LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney Avenue, Philadelphia, and the world.
There is a lot to catch up on in the next half hour as LTV News reporter Steve Graham sits down with Kevin Gomez, the clothing ambassador for LaSalle's Winter Clothing Challenge, for this week's interview. So let's hear the buzz around campus.
This past month, LaSalle has appointed Mary Sheila McDonald as interim dean of the School of Business. LaSalle's School of Business is known to be one of the top programs in the area and has recently made it on the Princeton Review's 294 Best Business Schools. McDonald has resided as Associate Dean of the School of Business since March of 2011. She was the creator of the Dean's Student Advisory Board and even serves as the Delta Sigma Phi professional business fraternity. McDonald's impressive resume makes her the perfect fit for the LaSalle business community, and she's looking forward to continuing the remarkable legacy of the LaSalle Business School.
It used to be as easy as 1, 2, 3 to swipe into any residential building on campus. But with the new policy intact, things sure have changed. LTV News reporter Corey Meredith has the story.
New year, new semester, and new resident swipe access policy.
If you live in a particular area, you obviously can swipe in and go into your residence hall, your apartment area. But if you are not a resident of that area, you have to be accompanied by someone who is a resident of that area, and then you have to sign in a separate process, but pseudo like a guest going into any of the residence halls or apartment complexes.
I'm a huge believer in the value of our students interacting with one another, and I hate doing anything that undermines that, because I think it's a very powerful and rich part of who we are as a community.
The new rule is a big change from the easy access across campus that students are used to. Now they have to sign their friends in just to hang out.
I think it could potentially help because we're limiting the number of people that can be in a building at once. Yeah, people can sign their friends in, but most likely they're going to try to go elsewhere.
All security demands always make it inconvenient. That's kind of the nature of security measures. And we're trying to find ways, well, how can we have that high level of security and minimize the inconvenience to students and that part.
LaSalle isn't the first school to implement a more strict access policy. In fact, they are the last major school in the city to do so. And during an interview process to hire a new AVP for public safety, all candidates were concerned about safety at the school.
All 4 candidates, when they learned that we had a system that, in essence, you could just slide in if you lived anywhere on campus, all 4 said to us in the process, "You're going to change that, right?"
Visiting friends across campus is no longer as easy as the swipe of a card. LaSalle's community development is cracking down on security in the dormitories, while students are really missing that community feel.
It's there for safety, which it's doing its job, but it's very inconvenient. Anytime I want to go visit people in Basil's, it takes about me like 5 minutes now to get in.
It could be a little bit obstructive to the values of community building that are so strong here at LaSalle, but on the other side, it seems like we're one of the only universities that hasn't had a policy like this in place, and it seems very important to the security of our university.
I really don't like it at all, actually. Very inconvenient, actually.
While students aren't too happy about this new safety measure, staff wants them to talk about their concerns.
I understand the concern. I get it. If you can come up with a solution that gives us both equally, then I'm all ears.
Corey Meredith, LTV News.
So as a resident assistant on campus, I've kind of gotten the inside scoop on the logic behind this, and I really do think it's a good move. It's the right move, as inconvenient as it is. We're the last school in the city to do this with our swipe access to residential buildings. So I think it's just about making the campus safer.
And as a student and hearing other student feedbacks, they have been a little annoyed about the change.
Right.
And since LaSalle is a smaller campus, it didn't seem as relevant to do it as a campus like Temple that's a lot bigger. But if they think safety, it's going to help safety. What are some of the things they told you during RA meetings?
Right. So it really helps the people at the front desks narrow down possible threats, and it's this whole idea of like, yes, it's convenient to have access everywhere on campus, but it's not necessary. I mean, there's a great alternative that if you do want to go to another residence hall, you can just show your LaSalle ID and get signed in that way. So, it's just an adjustment.
Definitely. Well, staying relaxed during the semester seems impossible, but that's about to change. LaSalle announced a new spiritual exercise, silent meditation, will be held twice a week in the chapel this spring. Each session includes meditation instruction, 30 minutes of silence, and a period for questions and discussions. There is no reason to bring anything to the event, as cushions, chairs, and chimes will be provided for you. Make sure to set aside some time and come out Tuesday mornings at 8 o'clock and Wednesday night at 9 o'clock to decrease stress and promote a healthy lifestyle.
Get your controllers ready, because on Friday, February 3rd at 9 p.m., the Epsilon, Sigma, Alpha, and Gaming Club are coming together and holding an event in the lobby of Olney called Smash for St Jude. For just $1, students can enter the event and compete, playing Super Smash Bros. 4. All the money that is raised will be donated to St Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
Students at LaSalle are taking charge this winter to make sure people in the Philadelphia area can bundle up and keep warm. LTV News reporter Steve Graham got the details as he sat down with Kevin Gomez, the clothing ambassador for the Winter Clothing Challenge.
So Kevin, when did this winter clothing drive start at LaSalle, and how did you get involved in it?
Well, Steve, the winter clothing drive started about a year ago by a fellow feed coordinator named Tyler Majette. He volunteers a lot with food kitchens all around Philadelphia, and he saw the necessity for not just clothes, but underwear, socks, pretty much anything that someone who's going through a tough time can need, especially in the cold winter months. So I got involved because I'm, like I said, Tyler's a fellow feed coordinator, so he being a senior this year, he said to me, I would really like it if you continue this, after my graduation, and I thought that was an amazing idea. I didn't really have too much of an involved role last year. I donated a few bags here and there, but and helped with deliveries a few times. But other than that, this year I've taken a much more involved role, and Tyler's done a lot of good work, and I'm looking forward to possibly even expanding it all year round. So,
what motivated you to get an increased role and more responsibilities in the challenge?
Well, I mean, I think just the whole message of it is just amazing. I mean, working in these food kitchens, you can see that there is such a huge necessity for clothing and underwear and socks and this and that, and it's just like, I almost can't look away. I mean, and if I can do it, and I don't see why not.
Right. So you and Tyler and some other volunteers are basically asking college students and staff here at LaSalle whatever extra coats, gloves, hats, because of course Philadelphia being in the northeast of the country, it's certainly cold during the winter months. And
absolutely.
Where are these donations going?
Right. All right. It's a good question. They go to two places. One, the Blessed Sarnelli community in Kensington. That's a pretty small food kitchen. They feed about, I'd say about 70 to 100 people a day. They're not open every day, and their doors can literally shut at any day just because they don't have enough funding. And then the other place that the donations go to is a little bit different. It's DePaul House. They have a much bigger budget, but can use our help just like any other place. And we have a great relationship with them. DePaul actually came to speak at the hunger banquet that we had last semester.
Right, I was there.
So, and I hope you enjoyed it. And DePaul did a great job. So, we love to give back to them because they're so kind to us.
What is the process of getting all of these donations? Like we saw in the photos, there's a lot of people are generous, and that's great. How do you get these donations to the Sarnelli and DePaul House?
Well, right now, the donations are basically being sorted in Tyler's townhouse. People can give me donations, give him donations, and then we sort it in his townhouse, and we'll drive it to either Sarnelli. Well, we give most of the clothes to Sarnelli, so the majority of the clothes do get dropped off at Sarnelli. And actually, this past Saturday, we dropped off, I'd say, probably 20 to 30 bags of clothes at Sarnelli, and they were extremely grateful.
So I heard not only are students and staff getting involved here at LaSalle, but professional athletes in Philadelphia. Carson Wentz and Jordan Matthews, both players for the Eagles, they stopped by campus, and we see you got a picture with them. And what did they donate to the cause?
Well, we're still in the process of that, but when they came to campus, Jack, who is a basketball manager, was kind enough to put us in contact with them. And Tyler and myself, we pitched it to them, and Carson Wentz and Matthews, they were very, very excited about it, and they said, we're kind of in the middle of a football season right now, so it'd be tough for us to help, but the end of the season is near, and they said that they'd be willing to help out at the end of the season in whatever way they could, and they gave us their word, so we're going to follow up on that, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I know they're both not from the area, so they might have to ship their donations or money from, I think, North Dakota and Missouri maybe. But that is awesome, though, that to get those athletes with, definitely much more in a bank account to give and help the organization. It's great.
Absolutely.
What would you say is the most rewarding part of not only donating, but also being a part of it and getting to hand these donations over?
Well, I would say, the whole process is very rewarding, but on Wednesdays, Feed Philadelphia goes to Sarnelli, and we go from 11:45 to 1:45, and you can sign up on our website, or using our email, excuse me. And on Wednesdays when we go, they open the clothing room, and the clothing room is filled with pretty much donations from, other places, but a lot of donations from LaSalle. And it's, unfortunately, they are very understaffed, so they can only open the clothing room when we're there. So when we come with our 4 or 5 volunteers, they have extra hands to be able to, staff the clothing room and still be able to give out food. So, watching people's reaction when they get this, very, very warm jacket that, they didn't have before. They didn't have access to that before. It's just, it's amazing.
Well, it certainly sounds like a rewarding cause, helping our neighbors right here in the city. But one more time before we wrap this up, how could people reach out to you or Tyler to donate to the winter clothing drive?
Well, Tyler and myself, we will take donations at any time, even throughout the year, and we'll make sure they get there. But if you want, you can please sign up using our email, which is Feed Philadelphia. We can put you on the mailing list. I think my email is on the screen now, so you can please feel free to reach out to me directly or to Tyler in person, myself in person. So we are definitely available, and we are, very, very happy to take any donations that we can get.
Well, thank you, Kevin, for joining us. It's certainly awesome to hear about this cause that you're a part of. I hope it continues for many years here at LaSalle. You can reach out to Kevin or Tyler. Everyone needs hats, coats, gloves, but if you have anything extra, certainly reach out and you can help someone in need.
I love that the Eagles players got to join in on the fun for a great cause, including Carson Wentz and Jordan Matthews. They were both on campus, and Kevin got a chance to talk to them about it and take a picture. So it's a great cause, and it's awesome.
I know, it's really exciting. They just stopped by Bible study, and there you go. You got a great promotion.
Exactly, exactly. All right, it's time for our first commercial break. But when we come back, we'll give you the inside scoop of why thousands of protesters lined up outside Philadelphia's City Hall on Thursday, January 26th. Stay tuned.
LaSalle TV.
I love that new show, Flip.
I gotta keep up, so news you can use has to be my favorite.
I love LaSalle Sports, so Sportsline is my favorite TV show.
We love LaSalle TV.
I love that new show with the psychology department, Relationships 101.
I love Backstage Pass. It's my favorite show.
We love LaSalle TV. Sports Talk Philadelphia.
Q&A, I love that show.
It's got to be LaSalle TV News.
I love LaSalle TV.
LTV News, where the action never stops.
I love watching LTV News.
I love watching LTV News every Sunday at 10:30.
I love LTV News producer Dave Roberts.
Before I go to class on Monday mornings, I watch LTV News at 8 a.m.
I love watching Kirsten and Callie on LTV News.
Tuesdays at 10, we watch LTV News.
Welcome back to LTV News. Donald Trump was back in Philadelphia, but for the first time as the President of the United States. Taking the stage before the congressional Republicans, Trump pushed for support and action to his agenda. The streets of Center City were packed with protesters. President Trump emphasized that it is time to create a great and lasting change, although only a few details were discussed.
The new year hasn't been all positive so far for interstate commuters between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. The Delaware River PA Turnpike Bridge connecting Burlington Township, New Jersey with Bristol, PA has been closed indefinitely following the discovery of a fracture in a steel beam above land on the Pennsylvania side by an inspector, checking on a $50 million paint job. The long-term closure is expected to cause widespread congestion and delays as more than 20,000 daily commuters of the Delaware River Bridge will be forced to take alternate routes and bridges. Emergency work crews have already begun prepping 80-foot support towers in order to support the bridge while the crack is repaired. Though at the moment, the PA Turnpike Commission is unable to provide a timetable for the reopening of the bridge.
Art lovers, mark your calendars. On the first Friday of every month, Old City will showcase over 40 different art galleries. Majority of the galleries will be located between Market and Vine Street, as well as Front and 3rd Street. The event runs from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., regardless of weather. The art pieces are accompanied by music and local restaurants' tasty treats. The Old City experience is a fantastic getaway for any age.
The Chinese New Year fell on Saturday 28th, which put the city of brotherly love into celebration mode. A crowd of people lined up on Sunday, January 29th to see the Sun's Lion Dance Parade and to keep the celebration alive. Before the parade started, many of the store owners hung lettuce up in front of their stores, which symbolized a fresh start to the new year. Soon enough, the Suns Kicked led the parade, which started from 10th and Spring Street and continued down the streets of Chinatown neighborhood. To keep the energy alive, the parade consisted of firecrackers and unique demonstrations of martial arts to help bring in the new year. And let me tell you, I got to go down there and check out the parade, and the energy was just so much fun. A lot of people ended up coming to it, and the streets were so crowded, and all these firecrackers were going off everywhere. It was like, oh, you had to jump and try to avoid getting hit by a firecracker, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I've actually never been, and I would love to go. I mean, right at LaSalle, we can hop on the subway and join in on the fun. So definitely next year.
Yeah,
I'd
you
like
definitely
to
check it out.
Definitely.
See it out.
Everyone loves to travel, but it often comes at an expensive cost. So here's a way that you can travel without breaking the bank after this.
A prayer to St. Clair, the patron saint of television.
O wondrous St. Clair, I ask that you bless my television with good reception and good color balance.
I also ask for your assistance in choosing quality programs that provide me with endless hours of enlightening entertainment.
Amen.
Your prayers have been answered. You're watching LaSalle TV.
You know you watch.
Hi, I'm John. I'm Eddie, and we are hosts of LaSalle TV's favorite game show, Q&A.
Hey, John, I got a question for you. All right? At what time can viewers catch new episodes of Q&A on LaSalle TV? Is it A, Monday at 6:30, B, Tuesdays at 9:30, or C, all the above?
Is it C?
It is C, all the above.
All the above, wow.
Be sure to check out new episodes of Q&A only on LaSalle TV.
President Trump signed an executive order on January 27 titled Protecting the Nation from Foreign Terrorist Entry into the United States. The order temporarily ceases refugee entry into the United States for 120 days and a 90-day ban on non-American citizens entering the United States from Iraq, Iran, Syria, Libya, Somalia, and Sudan and Yemen. According to the executive order, the temporary refugee and travel ban allows the Department of Homeland Security to determine, quote, the information needed from any country to adjudicate any visa, admission, or other benefit under the Immigration and Nationality Act in order to determine that the individual seeking the benefit is who the individual claims to be, end quote. According to the executive order, after the bans are lifted, refugee admissions will be capped at 50,000 into the United States. After the order was signed, reports surfaced of legal permanent residents of the United States being stopped and blocked from entry into the U.S. Protests sparked over the weekend in cities and airports across the country, and federal judges from New York, Boston, Virginia, and Washington blocked portions of Trump's executive order, which prevented re-entry into the country for valid Visa card holders. Shortly after the news broke, emails were sent out from LaSalle President Colleen Hanich regarding the situation. President Hanich encouraged any students that were affected by this to take this seriously and reconsider any plans they had to travel in the next 90 days. President Colleen Hanich then said, quote, LaSalle throughout its history welcomes students from countries around the world and is deeply concerned with their well-being. We encourage students from the 7 affected countries to contact the Multicultural and International Center or stop by their offices located at 1900 West Olney Avenue, which is directly across the street from College Hall. They are currently reaching out to each LaSalle student affected by the executive order on immigration, end quote.
American Airlines makes it easier for you to fly. According to Fox News, they will release their basic economy ticket, which will be cheaper than coach. But these tickets include fewer accommodations. Passengers who buy an economy ticket will only be able to take one personal item with them, which will be placed under their seat. In addition, there will be no refunds or flight changes, and seats will be assigned at check-in. There will also be the last group to board. An extra fee will be added on if the customer wants to pick their particular seat. This new ticket has its pros and cons, but it's perfect for a traveler on a tight budget.
Europe has officially opened its first underwater museum in Spain to the public. The museum is located in the Atlantic Ocean off the Canary island of Lanzarote. There are about 200 life-size sculptures, many that were molded after local residents. The sculptures have been submerged 14 meters underwater. The museum is accessible to all scuba divers and snorkelers. Jason DeCaris is a British sculptor who designed each figure, and it took a little over 2 years for him to create the exhibit. DeCaris states, quote, the exhibition aims to create a strong visual dialogue between art and nature, end quote.
After more than 100 years of performing, the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus is now closing. Known for its exciting live entertainment, the Circus group consists of trapeze artists, acrobats, and exotic animals. The most well-known part of the show was the Elephant Act, but due to criticism from animal rights groups, the famous Elephant Act was dropped. A decrease in ticket sales, along with high operating costs, led to the decision of the circus shutting down. Ringling Brothers Circus visits 150 cities each year, and the circus will hold its final performance in May in New York.
Talk about some sad news. I mean, unfortunately, I've never actually gotten to go to Circus, but I guess now I'll never have the chance. Have you ever been?
I have. So to be honest, this was kind of like a hallmark moment of my childhood. I've kind of gone up several times with my family, which is a great memory. It was a lot of fun, but I do agree that, you know, those poor little elephants, so maybe it's a good thing. Change can be good.
Well, that's true. Change can be good, but hopefully, maybe they'll, who knows, maybe they'll get into a new business and
maybe a new type of circus, right?
Like new type of circus. Hey, taking auditions, I'm graduating, and I need a job, so maybe I'll join the circus.
The college student, juggling all of its responsibilities.
Hey, there we go. That could be my selling point. I know how to juggle tons of things at once.
Yeah,
let me in. Well, on February 5th, down in Houston, Texas, is where Super Bowl 51 will take place. It will be between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. This is the Patriots' record-setting 9th appearance in the big game, 7th in the Belichick and Brady era. This is the only second appearance for the Falcons, and they will be looking for their first win. The Patriots are led by Tom Brady in his 17th season and Julian Edelman. The Falcons come in with the best offense with Philly native Matt Ryan and top receiver Julio Jones. To kick off the Super Bowl, Luke Bryan will sing the national anthem. Lady Gaga will be performing the halftime show. There are a ton of rumors surfacing as in who will be joining her and other tricks she might pull. To top it all off, a 30-second commercial in this year's Super Bowl is worth $5 million. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
That's insane.
No.
But I'm really looking forward to the Super Bowl because I'm really rooting for the Falcons quarterback who's a Penn Charter grad.
Okay,
So
that's cool
I'm all
that he's
for
from
it.
Philly.
A
Yeah.
Philly guy, you know?
Right, right. But I'm rooting for the Patriots.
Ooh,
I've got
I
some
don't know about
family
that.
allegiance up there. All my cousins and dad's side of the family is up there. So, you know, I'm rooting for
Okay.
them.
Well, I guess we'll see in the next show who wins bragging rights next show.
Game on, yeah.
All right. We'll see what happens.
Well, that just about does it for this episode. But be sure to find us on the web as well as the rest of LaSalle TV on the Facebook page. We love to hear your thoughts, so tweet at us using our Twitter handle and start the conversation.
If you missed the scoop and you want to see it, you can find episodes on YouTube on our LaSalle TV Philly page.
Until next time, for Madison, Steve, and the entire crew, I'm Kirsten McDonald. Thanks for watching LTV News, where the action never stops.
Thank you.